First at 5, live to Vatican City, where Catholics continue to gather to mourn the death of Pope Francis. Italy is in 5 days of national mourning. The body of Pope Francis is on display in Vatican City. His casket is wooden. He said he wanted something simple and plain. Good evening, everyone. I'm Patrice Wood.
And I'm Dan Janik. So looking ahead, tomorrow there will be a procession as the Pope's body is moved to St. Peter's Basilica, where the public can then pay their respects. Hundreds of cardinals, bishops, and priests will take part in that procession through Vatican City. Once the coffin arrives at the Basilica, it will face the pews. That is where Pope Francis will lie in state until his funeral on Saturday. Now, unlike past popes, as we've reported, Francis wanted to be buried in a basilica just outside of Vatican City. It was a papal embrace seen around the world. A boy from Rhode Island was at the heart of one of the first viral images of Pope Francis's papacy.
And tonight we are speaking with his family. Gabrielle Caracciolo is in the studio with their story. Gabrielle?
It was a moment that captivated millions. Just 2 weeks after becoming Pope, the new leader of the Catholic Church embracing a young Rhode Island boy with disabilities.
It never gets old. It's the gift that keeps on giving.
This is Dominic Gondreau and Pope Francis after Easter Sunday Mass in 2013. Dominic, just 8 years old at the time, has cerebral palsy.
It'll be always a great cherished memory in our family, and Pope Francis will always hold a very special place in our family's home.
His father, Paul, a theology professor at Providence College, was teaching in Rome that semester. He was sitting in a different part of the crowd with his other kids.
All of a sudden, my other son was looking at the Jumbotron. He saw it on the Jumbotron. He said, "Oh, it's Dominic," my son Dominic. And I started to look up at the Jumbotron, and there it is. And it's pretty magnificent to look up at the Jumbotron and see the Pope embracing my son.
The embrace, only about 15 seconds, left a lasting impact.
Something quite amazing, really almost miraculous, in that my son has very severe cerebral palsy, and he put his arm around Pope Francis. I can count on my one hand the number of times he's been able to do that. So the fact that he knew, I mean, he's not impaired cognitively, so he knew exactly who it was who was picking him up.
12 Easters later, now reflecting on Pope Francis's death, Paul hopes this once viral moment teaches a lesson in love once again.
Here you have a child with severe special needs who is able physically to do so little, yet what he's able to do is something much more, which teaches us in a much deeper manner, which is, the human ability to love and be loved. And what more important lesson can there be in life than that?
Dominic is now 20. The family still lives in Johnston, and Paul tells me that Dominic smiles and laughs when this memory is brought up, but he hasn't given any clue as to what exactly Pope Francis whispered to him during that embrace. In studio, Gabrielle Caracciolo, NBC 10 News.